Awesome. How y'all guys doing? This is Key Voice. This is the Prophetic Perception Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, we're uplifting while we're lifting. I have my friend with me. Her name is
Sarah.
Sarah. I say what's up to Sarah. And we just gonna go into it, have a little conversation about COVID, vaccines and things of that nature. And wherever else the conversation take us. So we hope something we say help you guys out. All right. So the $1 million question, Sarah. Vaccine or no vaccine or maybe. What's your agreement?
I say vaccine, however, if you are immunocompromised, then that's a different story.
Okay, wait, say that again.
I say vaccine, but if you're immunocompromised, then that's a different story.
Okay. So you're a vaccine, right?
Yes.
Okay. Have you taken your vaccine? Have you had the vaccine?
Yes.
Okay. Which one did you take?
Got Moderna.
Moderna. Okay. What was your experience?
Just the sore arm, really. I
Sore
felt nauseous, but
Okay.
that was pretty much the biggest thing for me.
Okay.
And some people get sick from it, but that also means that their immune system is working quite quickly to develop antibodies for the vaccine, not the vaccine, the COVID.
Okay.
Which is a good thing. So it makes me question my antibodies because no, we'll develop that immunity in a minute.
Okay. Awesome. So the Moderna, like a lot of people I've talked to, a lot of them had the Pfizer. I had a lot of people. I had like 80% Pfizer, and I'll say 15%. No, I might be higher than 50%. We'll just say 15% Moderna and 5% Johnson and Johnson. Not too many people got the Johnson, and I believe that's because by that time a lot of people had already got Pfizer and Moderna, because I believe Johnson came out last, right? Johnson and Johnson.
If I remember correctly, I think they did, but I do remember the reason why it's such a low rate that some people get it is mainly because of the complications that happened the first time it came out.
Oh wow, I heard about that, but some people say that was a fairy tale. Yeah, right. What's it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, lots of people told me nothing really happened. They had a bad batch and but nothing nothing happened. So I mean, so did something happen with the Johnson and Johnson?
If again, I read up on it briefly here and there, so I'm not 100% sure from what I remember. But
Okay.
if I remember correctly, it caused a lot of blood clotting issues.
Oh my God.
And like for example, the COVID vaccine is to help prevent long-term issues from if you caught COVID.
Okay.
It's supposed to help prevent any long-term issues that if you were to develop any.
Okay. Am I lying up?
Yes.
Okay.
And the thing is, vaccines are all made with a base. So, for example, how you make a cake: flour, baking soda, baking powder, salt, eggs, milk, all that stuff.
Mhm.
It's a base. They're all made the same. However, you, for example, add vanilla, lemon zest, all that to tweak it to make it your own.
Okay.
That's how a vaccine is made.
Wow.
So they all started with the same base. It's just Johnson & Johnson did something that gave people some nasty side effects.
Oh wow. So I mean, is it illegal for them to like patent the same system? Of course, they have the same base, like you were saying, like that foundation. But is it illegal for them to just all share the same ingredients, like patents or something? I mean,
If
do
it
you
was
know?
patent, I think it'd be a little ridiculous because why? It's made to help people for many reasons, and
Right, I do understand, but when money gets involved,
yes, some people go.
yeah, Definitely, definitely. Okay. So what do you say about people that say no vaccine? Let's start with no vaccine, science-wise,
Alright. So,
because you know what they said about the like the side effects. They were saying that the cells were being mutated or something like that.
to the people who would think that there's a tracker input in you,
Yeah.
one, the needle is way too small to even implant a tracker in you.
Okay.
There's nothing microscopic or small enough to get in there.
They say nanos. There's something they call nanos.
Oh yeah, nanograms and stuff.
Yeah,
But the gist is nothing has any small enough to do that. So far, to my knowledge.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, are you sure?
To my knowledge, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
However, also, if you were getting injected, if you were getting but think about it, how you get tracked on a daily through your phone, laptop, every Bluetooth device you've ever owned, you get tracked. So why are you tripping about a vaccine that could potentially track you? You're already being tracked as it is.
Daily, right?
Daily, through your Wi-Fi, through your internet. Even if you go on some illegal website and you go on incognito mode, your internet router still picks it up.
The IP and stuff like that.
So
wow.
the person can go on the IP and see what has been looked up.
Oh God.
So you're being tracked regardless if you think you're being safe or not.
You heard Sarah. Y'all caught. So all y'all think y'all getting away with how y'all surfing the web?
I mean,
you caught. Don't think we're not gonna find out that you like midgets. It's a little jokey joke, But seriously, people, we really think we have privacy. We really don't.
We really don't.
It's basically what me and Sarah are saying. You don't really have privacy, even if they wanted to use that to track you. We already being tracked daily, and we probably getting tracked illegally, and we don't even know it.
I guarantee it's happening to many people right now as we're speaking, and no one knows it.
Okay.
But also, with the reason why I'm so pro-vaccine is because my cousin, when we were very young, he was immunocompromised because he was diagnosed with leukemia.
Uh-huh.
So obviously, he had to go through a lot of treatments, and therefore he couldn't get certain vaccines and stuff like that because his body couldn't build the immunity.
Oh God.
So I thought about it, because what if I had walked next to someone who was immunocompromised? I didn't know, or even if they didn't know.
Okay.
And I was, for example, asymptomatic, and I didn't even know this. I didn't know I had it. I shook their hand after I sneezed in it or something, the basic way to spread the virus, a virus in general.
Yeah.
I would not be able to handle myself because I would think, what if that was my cousin? What if I did that to him without me realizing it?
Definitely.
And a lot of people in my family are also high risk of catching it and having long-term effects. For example, my mother is a diabetic, my brother is obese as well as asthma, my dad is a chronic smoker.
Wow.
So my entire family is high risk. So
wow.
I mainly got it so that, let's say I caught COVID, it's so that I could hopefully prevent the spread towards them, and that they prevent spreading it towards anyone else.
Absolutely.
Because let's say I had it, gave it to my brother, and we were asymptomatic, possibly, unlikely, but and he gave it to someone else, and then they gave it to someone else. It's a domino effect.
Uh-huh.
And I kind of mentioned this early on in the beginning of the pandemic. I said the people who are against the vaccine and everything, it's going to bite them back in the ass. And now you're self-done, killing kids now.
Absolutely.
And I've heard a lot of people who used to be anti-COVID vaccine have been getting it because they've been hearing stuff about that, and they don't want their kids sick and stuff like that.
That's kind of like where I stand. Like I haven't got a vaccine, but I'm not protesting against it either. You
don't know its effects yet.
You know what I mean? I'm going on a quest to at least. I'm giving it a shot. I'm not just saying I'm no vaccine because everybody else is doing it.
Oh,
You know that's
turn your,
that's foolish. I'm going left or right.
go down the street.
All right, cool. Two quick questions.
Of course.
People that say it's the mark of the beast, we going religious now. People who say it's the mark of the beast and it's against their religion, and do you think? Well, no, just go with that one first.
It's kind of hard because I'm not really religious. I don't necessarily support in anything, but I'm more than willing to hear and learn about someone's religion if I don't know much information about it.
Absolutely, because
there's so many out there.
Right.
It's probably been misused for centuries after translations, and translations always
right.
incorrect.
This is the reason why I say that. Like I was saying earlier, that the controversy is in three areas.
Yes, it was in political, religion, and then just plain stupid.
Just plain, just ignorant. We don't care. And so the reason why we say that is because these people are the hardest to convince. Like this is how you're going to try to convince. You got to go through religion. You got to go through science. Now you might can prove the science, right?
Yes.
So you'll get people coming with the science. Hopefully you can get people politically, but there's a lot of theorists out there that says, oh, this is a mass situation to control the masses to
the thing is,
one world government. That's what I mean by it.
To the Donald Trump supporters, I'm not trying to diss on the guy. He had his moments. I'm just neutral in that stance.
Right. I
was really
am
neutral
too.
during the whole entire election. I was just like, I'm just gonna go whoever.
I am too. That is pretty.
Oh yes.
I am too. I didn't. He didn't do everything right. He didn't do everything wrong.
Yeah. Like every president, government, political official will have their moments where they will kind of have a bad moment, and you're gonna take a right on it.
And they feel Trump had a bunch of them.
However, Donald Trump was one of the first people to get the vaccine, yet he kept it hidden from the public.
Okay.
Before it even became released, he was one of the first people to get it.
Okay.
Same along with military, all that, and the Orange Brick House and everything.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
And
absolutely.
I just think that with the religious aspect, like for example, some people of a certain religion can't eat pork. So gelatin, a lot of stuff like that is out of the options for them because it is against the religion. And I think it'd be interesting for them to see the breakdown by breakdown of how a vaccine is done, obviously simplified for people who don't really know much of medical terminology. I think it'd be best to do that because and let's say they're more open-minded. Like, yes, they're very
open to,
but they're very open-minded to what they're about to read.
Right.
And they see, oh, this probably doesn't go against my religion. So why is everyone else telling me this?
Right.
When I'm reading it step by step, word for word.
And it's not really
bad.
Right. And that's what I said too. A lot of people are going off of that aspect too, and really don't even know. Like ignorant to it. They're doing it because other people doing it.
Yes.
I said like this.
It's like follow the leader.
Right. That's what I said. I said like this. Like whoever they're around, that's what they're going with.
Yes.
If they're around a bunch of people that say no vaccines, most people go with that. If they're around, you know what I'm saying? Those people. There are those people too. One more question.
Of course.
What about the people the political theorists that says all of this is a fake, all of this is phony, they're just doing this to control us, to take over everything. What is your take on that?
If you look through history, you're going to see mass pandemics throughout our history. It's been a cycle, and it'll probably continue to be a cycle forever.
Right. Absolutely. I don't think it's going to stop. It's going to continue that same pattern.
Think about it. The bubonic plague. It's still around, but we grew to become immune to it.
Okay.
Because it wiped out a majority of Europe's population. Like it wiped out.
Like I don't even know what that is.
The bubonic. Okay. So the Black Death, the bubonic plague. Bubos meaning lymph nodes, which means the lymph nodes in their body would swell, pus, and they would get infected.
Where was that at?
This happened in Europe, like the
Europe?
European area, but it wiped out a huge majority of the population.
Wow, wow.
Like I would believe, like 70%. I mean,
Wow.
I could be very incorrect.
Wow.
I haven't read up on it in a while, so
Mhm.
a lot of my information might.
So, how long ago that was? Few decades, like.
Oh, this is like 1300.
Oh,
It was a while.
Right.
1200.
That's why I never heard of it.
It's 1200,
I
1300,
thought
or
it was something
1400.
new.
I can't remember exactly, but it's in
definitely.
this time frame my brain's
But
thinking of.
definitely, I like the fact that you went back to that particular
There's
disease
also,
in 1300s because I've always believe also that if you go back in history, you'll find out the future. Like you'll see that
history repeats
repeat
itself.
itself.
Keeps going.
Perception Podcast, and we thank you for just coming through and sharing your opinions, some facts, some good information. I hope it'll convince people to make a decision, either yay or nay.
Again, it's their decision by the end of the day. However, I hope people who don't get the vaccine realize you're risking someone else's life. You're probably risking your own family's life without knowing. And this is to the people who just refuse to get it, and they're very healthy individuals. They have no underlying illness that they know of or that they checked. And I just wish people would see it into perspective of someone. For example, I had to deal with someone who was already immunocompromised when I was a kid. My brain automatically goes back to it.
Absolutely. All right, I gotta go. I thank you so much, Sarah.
I really do appreciate it.
You're welcome. You have a great night.
You as well. Take care.
You too. Bye bye. Oh yeah, make sure you got it.
All right, got everything. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
You're welcome. All right, guys. We'll see y'all next time on Uplift. And we love y'all.